Hey everybody, welcome back to the Zombie Dance Party. I am your host, Hive Tyrant, and this is episode 5. So we have finished the auditions for the first week of the dance party. We had one really decent dancer, and we're going to catch up with her later on in the series. But right now, we're just finishing up the foundation of the house, or the headquarters rather. As you can see, I'm turning the wood frames that we laid out a couple episodes ago, turning those into cobblestone. Mostly, I don't really expect to see a whole lot of damage or attacking on the house itself. I put it as cobblestone because I like the concrete. I like the way the raw concrete looks. So I'll upgrade this at some point to concrete. As you can see, I've set up a few workstations, one of each, essentially the workbench, the chemistry station, the forge, and the cement mixer. In not too long, I'm going to end up putting a table saw out there. That's at some point, but not a big rush. I use the table saw to build things like the wedge tips out of wood because I don't I don't have the cement it takes to make the cement equivalents yet. So until I've got an auger, I don't really put too much effort into building a lot of workstation or crafting stations because until you've got the auger, you're not really pulling enough resources out of the ground, even out of trees, to make it really worth having multiple forges and cement mixers, at least in my opinion. One thing that the Fun Pimps did add to the game that in this alpha that I absolutely adored was the mass production, the ability to use the workstations to create stacks of items, and those stacks were, larger quantities of the resource, and they gave you a break on the price or the cost of the materials to make those stacks. Absolutely love it, and it goes nicely hand in hand with the mining perk. There's a book that you can pick up that allows you to put all of the resources that you can pull out of the ground: stone, coal, iron, nitrate, lead, all of that. You can put that into stacks of 30,000 as opposed to just 6,000. I loved that, and that was a fantastic addition to the alpha, and cannot imagine living without that. So I'm just upgrading the floor here to cobblestone, as you see there. And while I was working, I found out that there was an interested bystander. Just see, there she is right there. Now, I didn't put out any signage. I haven't been advertising, so I'm just gonna tell her to come back tomorrow. You think she got the message? Give me my bolt. Okay, back to work. So I'm just finishing off the floor here, and then we're going to do a little bit of mining, get some iron going in the forge because I'm going to need forged iron for repair kits and whatnot. And as you can see, I do have a job from the vendor that I am going to try and complete today. There we go. Floor is all done. Now we can check up on our production. And now there is an iron node on the property, which is fantastic because I actually will be wanted to dig a pit anyway for a trap experiment that I haven't actually built before. I'm gonna try something new because new is always fun, even if it doesn't work out. Um, so I'm going to need a fairly deep pit anyway. So an iron node being on the property is just perfect. It allows me to dig a hole with a purpose. I love getting, twofers, get two objectives completed with one effort. That's always a plus to me. So I'm just gonna get the iron there, and not gonna put too much time into it because, like I said, until I've got an auger, I'm not getting any serious resources anyways. I I did find in previous alphas that it was really easy to fill storage containers once you had an auger. with iron and coal and all of that, it got to the point where I couldn't think of anything to do with the resources, which is why I'm so in love with the mass production that they've introduced to the game and the larger stack sizes. That is, I cannot say enough good things about that, Fun Pimps. Really, that was a brilliant addition to the game. So I'm just gonna, yeah, my forge is gonna need a lot of clay for the. Oh yeah, and I need to set up those farm plots too, because I don't have like I've got plenty of food, but it's always a good idea to grow your own as well. Canned foods take up a lot more room, and they don't provide anywhere near the stamina replenishment that the cooked foods do. The trade-off being, of course, that you're risking food poisoning now with all your cooked foods. So I like to keep a stack or two of canned foods around to replenish my stamina if and when I get food poisoning. I think that we got food poisoning in an earlier episode. I'm just going to lay down that junk turret there to watch my back because it is still nighttime and I am going to be digging straight down. Now, the reason I dig straight down on the starting hole is I want to know how far down the vein goes. Now, typically, what I've found so far to be the experience is you dig down a little bit and then you get to stone. Now, when you reach stone, that means that that vein is stopped there. That doesn't mean that it doesn't expand out or the vein doesn't turn and start going sideways laterally, but when you find stone, you're not going to find any more of that resource underneath that stone. So you stop. And as long as you've got gravel, you can see there, I have to alternate between my pick and my shovel, but as long as you've got gravel, there's the stone. As long as you have gravel, you still have resources around you. So we're just going to throw that iron, just 4,000 iron from just drilling a hole straight down. And then I'm going to lay out these farm plots because I want to get some food going. Oops. Yeah, you can break the farm plots with the shovel and they just go back in your inventory. You don't have to worry, you're not going to lose them. Get my food planted here. And look at this. These zombies decided to interrupt. It was a horde, and they're interrupting my gardening. I've got some waivers. Hang on a sec, guys. Dance parties in a couple of days. Got to get you the waivers. Hold on. God, I love this gun. It's so brutal. It's just. The only problem I have with this gun is that you can't actually perk up and, make better blunderbusses or get better at the damage and the loading. I think. I looked it up online. If I'm wrong, so anybody feel free to correct me in the comments. All right. All right, we're done playing around now. We got to get back to work. Serious business. Mining.
Some people say a man is made out of mud. A poor man's made out of muscle and blood. Muscle and blood and skin and bones. A mind that's weak and a back that's strong. You load 16 tons. What do you get? Another day older and deeper in debt. St. Peter, don't you call me 'cause I can't go. I owe my soul to the company store. I was born one morning when the sun didn't shine. I picked up my shovel and I walked to the mine. I loaded 16 tons of number 9 coal, and the straw boss said, well, to bless my soul, you load 16 tons. What do you get? Another day older and deeper in debt. St. Peter, don't you call me 'cause I can't go. I owe my soul to the company store. I was born one morning, it was drizzling rain. Fighting and trouble are my middle name. I was raised in the canebrake by an old mama lion. Can't no high-toned woman make me walk the line. You load 16 tons, what do you get? Another day older and deeper in debt. St. Peter, don't you call me 'cause I can't go. I owe my soul to the company store. If you see me coming, better step aside. A lot of men didn't, a lot of men died. One fist of iron, the other of steel. If the right one don't get you, then the left one will. You load 16 tons, what do you get? Another day older and deeper in debt. St. Peter, don't you call me 'cause I can't go. I owe my soul to the company store.
Alrighty, we're done with mining for the time being. Got a little bit more iron to throw into the forge. I don't want to spend too much time on mining just yet. Hopefully the vendor has an auger for me at the restock and we'll be able to get some more resources. So it's time to go out and do this mission I've had for, I don't know, a day or two now. The location's not far from the house, so I'm just gonna grab some essentials and throw the stuff I don't need into the bags and boxes and whatnot. Got some concrete going. And I wanted to let you guys know, as you can see there in the storage, I have my mini bike. I was very excited. It's a one of those moments in the game. It's a pivotal moment, going from heels to wheels. And I was so happy, and I had this very dramatic presentation already, and I did it up real fine in style. And then my recording software crashed, except that I didn't know that it had crashed because it runs in the background. So I lost the footage because for whatever reason it deleted. It was like 2.5 hours of recording, just gone. I was so mad and I was so disappointed. I wanted you to share it with you guys, and so we got some bones here. Bones equal glue, glue equals duct tape equals life in 7 days to die. So as I was saying, I wanted to share the acquisition of the wheels with you guys, but it didn't happen. So I'm gonna pull into the rally point here for the mission. Now I'm picking my mini bike up. Oh, gotta put gas in it first. Now the reason I do that is because I lost a 4x4 loaded with stuff. I didn't know about this. I parked it in the driveway of a POI, and because I was out doing what I do, and I hit the rally point for the POI to start the job, and it reset the POI back to factory and took away my 4x4 along with everything in it. And I was so mad because I don't use creative mode, even in glitches and crashes. I don't replace stuff that I lose. It feels wrong to me to do that. So I sucked it up and dealt with it. But what I did learn from that is a really nifty trick that I like to use every time I do these jobs when I'm not pressed for time. I'll go through the POI, clear it out, come back out, hit the rally point. I put my vehicle down. Oh, hello. I put my vehicle down. I fill it up with everything I pulled out of the POI, and then I go back through the fresh, brand new, still has the fresh new car smell in it, POI, and do it again. Plus, it gives me a chance to get an understanding of the layout of where the job is going to take me. This is a fetch, so I only have to retrieve the supplies. But especially like the more complicated ones with the zombie clears, it's nice to get an understanding of how the building or buildings are laid out. So I'm just gonna. Oh, hey, look at that! There's a backpack in there. Oh, soccer mom. There's a scientist in here earlier, and I find that a lot of times the zombies match the theme of the POI. Wonder. So we're pretty much done clearing it out. I still have to come through here and do the mission portion of it, but that's this POI in a nutshell. It did turn out to be a clandestine meth lab prior to the apocalypse, and I don't feel bad about shooting zombies in the first place. I really don't feel bad about shooting drug lab zombies. That's one of those two accomplishments for one bit of effort things that that's a plus. They were drug dealers before the apocalypse, and now they're zombies. Two reasons to get a bullet. I'm okay with that. So as you can see, I'm just swapping out some much needed upgrades to my gloves. I also put on this iron leg armor. I have to be honest, I'm not a fan of the heavy armor at all in this game, and when I can, I will replace that with the military armor or leather legs if I can find it. I know it's not as good a protection, but the trade-off is that I can move quieter and I can move more. Then, if I'm not mistaken, I think the heavier the armor you're wearing, the more stamina you lose when you're sprinting and stuff. I could be wrong on that. I'm just going to drop down here. I saw a bunch of, look at this. Look at all these garbage piles. Yeah, you never know what you're going to find in the trash. Usually you find like brass and lead stuff in these trash bags and piles, but you get, a fairly decent mix. You get some oil, and I have found tools on occasion in the garbage, so loot is loot. I'm not too proud. I'll take anything I can find. So I'm not going to make you guys watch me go through the POI again. That would be pretty boring. But I wanted to tell you that I actually come out when I do the mission clear. I come out the exact same way. I come through this bathroom, I cut out that window, and I jump out of there because I don't actually shoot the glass the second time through. That was an accident. But yeah, I come out the same way because I'm done. So as you see there, I activated the rally point, and now I'm putting down my bike, empty out my inventory as much as I can anyway, and then I'm gonna head back through and do the mission. I end up finding the satchel up in the attic where I shot the soccer mom, if you remember, and then nothing really great in the big loot room. It's kind of disappointed, but loot is loot, and I'm here for the job, so that's the most important part. So I'll see you guys back at the vendor, and we'll get rid of all the stuff that we pull out of here. And here we are back at Trader Joe's. Get rid of the stuff that we got. Oh yeah, iron shovel or iron gloves. Thanks for the crap reward. Oh well, got some dukes. That's what's most important. Anyway, that's this episode, everybody. Episode 5 done and wrapped. I will see everybody in the next one. Can't wait to see what happens. We're going to develop our headquarters.